Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. It's day 119 of the Be Fantastic Road Tour. And I've been in the last 5 days. I've been in Beauty Creek Campground in Idaho, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And so I haven't been bringing you the daily different spots per se. I have been updating it between my daily update. I have been throwing out some interviews, and then went canoeing yesterday. Made a little virtual reality video. The bear chili the other day was fantastic. Um, it's it's an evolving thing. The Be Fantastic movement. Well, first off, I want to say, please subscribe to this channel. It's like a petition to vote to make the world a kinder, more civil place. I'm dedicating my life at this moment, and for the last 819 days and 2 years prior to that, to showing people that being kind and civil is the way to go. And I think that is the way to go. And people are resonating with it. That's why we have 461 ambassadors. People who met me personally, like see the vision, see my vision, like what they're doing, and either subscribe to the channel, where we have a couple thousand people, and that's where your vote is. That's where your vote counts. That's why I want you to subscribe. If you ever watch the video, hit like or share. Every video is different. That's why this isn't a big hit, because some days I do an interview, some days I'm just talking to the camera, some days I'm showing you a new fun spot on the planet, and I'm going to continue to do that and mix it up. And hopefully the title of the video gives it away. Like yesterday was about loving yourself, which is very important. I've got lots of philosophies. I've got lots of motivational advice. And if you've been tuning in for a long time, you've heard a lot of them. And I don't like to repeat myself too much, but the first 60 days was all about COVID and what you can do to be happy about it. Not be happy about it, but I mean to deal with it. And that's by, sharing time with your family, planting gardens. And it's just really, you got to look at the positive of everything in life. And there's going to be a lot of positive that come out of this. Just keep in mind the numbers. 200 million people died from the Black Plague in 1347. 1918, 75 million people died from the Spanish flu. This isn't anywhere near that, and I don't know why they shut down the world, but they did, and that's a fact, and that's past, and we got to deal with it. Now, if you've ever watched these videos, you've seen at the end of it, there's a video or an animated video that says we live in a greedy, selfish, litigious world. Well, I like watching television, and there's a lot of fantastic stuff to watch on television. A lot of people say, I never watch television. They're missing so much fantastic entertainment, not just comedies and movies, but not silly, stupid sitcoms, which sometimes it's good to laugh. It's good to laugh all the time, but like our planet, the best photography on the planet has been filmed in this documentary. I've been working out every day at a gym called Planet Fitness, and they have a million screens and a million things to watch, a lot of news, which will depress you. But I've been watching the History Channel, and one of the shows I watched the other day was the 10 worst sieges in history. Now, these sieges are about like Alexander the Great and people like that are trying to conquer the world. And all the sieges were about greed and the gold and the money and power. So we've lived in a greedy world since the beginning of man, and we're still living in a greedy world. And that's why the Be Fantastic movement is really important, because we can make a difference, you and me. Whoever's listening to this, you can make a difference by putting a little effort into sharing these videos, telling people that to say, I am fantastic versus I am good will make you live longer, look better, feel better. And it makes the other person the same. It's amazing what one word can do. Words matter. Don't say the word good anymore. Say fantastic, and instead, you're looking fantastic. You did a fantastic job. Have a fantastic day. And when someone says, how are you? I say, I am fantastic. Because it'll make you feel good. It'll make you feel fantastic, rather. It'll make you look fantastic because this makes you smile. Smile reduces stress. Stress makes you live longer. Less stress makes you live longer. My mom died from stress at 40, so I know I'm an advocate of this. Now, I've done a lot of things in my life, and I've accomplished a lot of things, and I'm looking forward to doing more things. But right now, every day is a challenge because I'm all by myself out in the world, trying to bring you entertainment, trying to bring you motivation. I'm not necessarily trying to encourage you to make a bunch of money, but we do have to make money. And eventually, if my money runs out, I'll have to figure out a way of monetizing this. But I mean, it's not about the money right now. It's about telling people to be kind to one another. And if we could all make money together without killing ourselves, that's a plus. But again, it's not about money. There are some products that I represent on the channel here that I feel are fantastic, not just to make money. The product I endorse has to be fantastic, has to do you good, has to be healthy, has to be beneficial, and it's not about making money. The stem cell stuff that I'm representing, the mineral elixir that I'm representing, these are things that help make your life better by making you healthier, which make you can live longer. Because being fantastic is fantastic, but if you're ill, it doesn't do you much good, and if you die, it certainly doesn't do you any good. So a couple of things I want to talk about. The other day, for a long time, voting's coming up in November, and I always thought the phone would be a fantastic way to vote. I've been thinking of it for a long time, and of course, you may think you have the greatest idea, and I heard a couple radio show hosts talking about it recently. They came up with an idea, and of course, it's tough to reinvent the world, and it's been around since I guess 20 years now. The people trying to use phones to vote. And these philanthropists, and I guess they're spending millions of dollars, which is thank goodness for me because I don't have millions of dollars to spend on the idea. But imagine a phone. We all have one phone. I have three, but most people have one phone. We have facial recognition. We have Bitcoin technology. What is it called? I own Bitcoin. The technology behind it that makes it safe. We've got ways that they can send a text to your phone after you've registered to verify that it's you. Even if you handed the phone to your grandma to vote for you, that's the same thing with voting by mail. You can hand a paper. My wife voted for me a few times because we're both on the same issues, so I let her do the work. But this is even more secure because it's got facial recognition. It's got you can put your social security number in. There's so many layers of technology to validate that it's just you and you making a vote. Imagine you in the comfort of your living room, back by the pool, you can vote. I think they should do that. Sometimes I get calls at noon because that's when I do my show at noon. Most people know I go on early. So here's something I wanted to read to you. It's so funny when you just can't reinvent the wheel. So it says here, the idea of voting over the internet gained traction after the 2000 presidential election, when the country was thrown into a constitutional crisis owing in part to faulty voting machines. People were already shopping and banking online, and there was a feeling that maybe voting online was a way to supersede America's aging election infrastructure. In 2002, Congress authorized the Department of Defense to develop an online voting system for the military. 2 years later, when it became clear that the integrity of the ballot sent over the internet could not be assured, the program was shut down. Well, that's 2002. Technology's come a long way since then. In 2003 it was better. So that's amazing that the Department of Defense couldn't pull it off. But that was 2002. 2 years later, when it became clear that the integrity of the ballots sent over the internet could not be assured, the program was shut down. Did I just say that? Undeterred, Congress in 2005 asked the Election Assistance Commission, along with the National Institute of Standards and Technology, to develop standards for a secure online absentee voting system. So there's the invalid that can't vote, there's the absentee voting system, there's people that are overseas. These are all people that should, but that's the ranger that goes around all day long in a golf cart doing everything. After years of study, they gave up, reporting that such a system was not yet feasible. I guarantee it is today. Still hoping to facilitate mobile voting, Congress passed the Military and Overseas Voting Empowerment MOVE Act of 2009. It directs the states to create a way for voters in those categories to obtain and return absentee ballots by mail or electronically. Every state is required to deliver ballots online. 32 states also allow some subset of voters, typically deployed members of the military, citizens living abroad, and the disabled, to return them that way. Okay, so I went online today just to check it out, and that's why I came up with that. And so I actually wrote a letter to the people that are doing it. They're called VOTZ, V-O-A-T-Z, and that's the most money spent on the technology. Vote by your phone, man. So I would highly encourage you to go to Google VOATZ and sign the petition like I did. Again, signing petitions, when you subscribe to this channel, you are signing a petition to make the world a more kind, civil place. If we get millions of people behind this movement, we can make a difference. Imagine if every Starbucks, when they hand you a cup of coffee, instead of saying have a good day, they say have a fantastic day. That just changes the atmosphere. I think it's going to work. You know, it's a simple idea. I'm just a simple guy with a simple plan, and I hope it works. Some people tell me it'll take 2 generations to work, and if in 2 generations after I'm long gone, people are kinder and more civil because they're saying the word fantastic, so be it. That would be fantastic. There was a couple other things I wanted to talk about. The greed from the sieges, that was horrible. The hundreds of thousands, and Alexander the Great was not great. He was horrible, but that was his name, and he killed a lot of people, all over greed. It's a greedy, greedy world. I mean, watch the movie All the Money in the World, or the movie Dark Waters. Proof positive that we live in a greedy, greedy world. I think the COVID thing is about greed. I think it's about money. There's a lot of cases to be said to prove that. Cool down a little bit. It's 100 degrees out here in Coeur d'Alene. Again, I apologize for not bringing you different places every day, but I'm camping now, so you're going to get these camping reports. I am interviewing people, like Justin the other night, that are fantastic, that are camping, and that's one of my big recommendations right now. Get outdoors, go camping. And I read online today, because I read the New York Briefing every day, that they're coming up with some creative ways to do school, you know, go, with tents, go outdoors. You know, in the Greek days, they have an amphitheater, and the professor would speak outdoors to everyone and do his speech or his class. So outdoors is the way to go. And there's another thing to be said: the homeless are outdoors, and they're not coming down with coronavirus. There's a lot of interesting things that are going on that we need to try to figure out. But anyway, so this is the daily report. Maybe I'm going to slow down just a little bit because I'm camping, and it's not so much excitement to report. But on the river yesterday was fun. I shot some virtual reality. I made some great bear chili. These are things you can go back and look at and have some fun with. Again, this is all designed to make the world a more kind and civil place. Subscribe, like, share. You know, I need you to help make this world a better place. And you know what's weird is I have this great little device that's filming me. I mean, that's extending the camera out so I can film. And if I talk too long, the battery goes off and I can't shut it down like when I started it. So now I have to reach over here and say, have a fantastic day, and hit the button. Have a fantastic day, everybody.
Overpopulated cities around the world have caused people to become a greedy, selfish, and litigious society. Would you like to be happier, live longer, never be forgotten, and help make the world a kinder, more civil place? It's actually easier than you think. Every day you're asked, how are you? Instead of saying good, say I am fantastic. It will make you look better, feel great, and reduce your stress. Making the world a better place starts with each person. Please join the Be Fantastic movement today. What you want to be, you can be. Be fantastic.
I met Dr. Fantastic along life's way, and I heard him say, you are fantastic, yes you are. You are fantastic.